So I had to liquidate my position in Tesla today with a $9,000 loss. That's not what I wanted out of the trade at all. But sometimes, well, I had to learn this lesson the hard way. Sometimes when you have a plan and you believe in it, and you're going to follow through with it, and you're going to stick through with it, sometimes you have to let reality hit you a little bit. You have to understand that, hey, you have to realize that, hey, this plan kind of fucking sucks, and maybe you should have thought it through more. And I hit that point with Tesla. I think Tesla's still going back down to 700. There's no doubt about that. It's the same company it was when Elon said it was overpriced early in May. And it was at 760 or whatever the price was at. The same company. Nothing has changed fundamentally about the company, but markets are unpredictable. Things happen. People get excited and want to buy in and push the price up, and that's shit that happens. So in those cases, you want to have a plan in place, or you want to have something in place to where you're not exposing yourself to a giant L. Like you know the plan. All right, so here's what my plan was. I was killing it probably up until March, late March. Traded mostly weed stocks, Canopy Growth, Aurora Cannabis, Kronos, the big weed stocks, a couple other plays here and there, but mostly focusing on those. The earnings were creating a lot of volatility, and I was capitalizing off of that. But the thing about that was, like, I'm trying to drive for Amazon, make some money, get saved up before I go into my first semester as a master's student. So trading and driving full time together does not mix very well. Trading and driving is not safe. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna pick a low risk, high reward play, and I'm gonna try to hold it for a couple months, and hopefully, I'll make a couple thousand, and I can just chill. Tesla was what it looked like, overpriced, like in the 900s. No big pullbacks. It jumped straight from, like, it bottomed out at 400 after the pullback. The Corona pullback bottomed out around 400 or 500. It bounced back to 9. No big pullbacks, and we all know the saying: what goes up must come down. And the same applies for the stock market. And the same is still going to apply for Tesla whenever it decides to come down. And the thing that's so ironic is I got the margin call, and the margin call is when you don't have enough equity in your account to maintain a short position. So you have to liquidate your shares, which is fancy for saying my broker, it was kind of like the bank for stocks, but my broker wants the damn money, wants her money. Motherfucker, you got to get out of the short position and sell your shares, or we're going to do it for you. So I kind of, I didn't really have a choice. I had to get out. But what's so ironic is today is probably the day that's going to mark the pullback on Tesla. California just announced that they're closing restaurants and bars and shit back down. The market was shaken up by that. They dropped that news around 12 or 1. I'm not sure exactly, but it was after I'd already liquidated my shares. Tesla was up 7%. Maybe, I think it was up close to 10%. It was up pretty big this morning when I sold, or when I bought my shares back and took my loss because I sold it short. I was betting against it. We'll go over short selling in another video and how that shit works. But I was betting against it. I closed my position, took my L. And then, lo and behold, fucking the news drops. Tesla, the pullback has begun. And I had to take my lump. So I think the lesson here is, no matter how certain you are about something, And with stocks, like, no matter how certain you are, their stock's going to go up. I've seen this setup a million times. It has to go up. Or I've seen this setup a million times. It has to go down. You can never be 100%. You always have to take into account that shit just happens sometimes. And that goes for life too. No matter how certain you are about someone or how certain you are about something, you always have to take into account that just life just happens, and it it comes at you. And Tesla's going down. It's pulling back hard, and I'm a Tesla fan, Elon fan, long term. I'm a long term bull, but I just felt like there had to be a big pullback, because when something goes up, 100, 200% in a couple months, you have to, and it's a company that big, with that many eyes on it. We've seen this thing happen before. We've seen the Bitcoin run. I've seen the weed stocks run. The tulip run in the 1800, whatever the hell the tulips got, the price goes up. We've seen these bubbles before, and it always ends up the same way, with a huge run up and then blood on the way down in bag holders. And I got in my short position early. Like, the timing was bad, and I was so certain that Tesla was going down, and it is going down, but I didn't have the price right. So yeah, I'm still, like, my confidence isn't fucked up at all. Like, I was balling before that. I felt like I'd take a low risk, high reward play, and it ended up being pretty high risk, because I didn't have stop loss to set, and which was stupid, and don't do that shit anymore. And yeah, if any of you guys are traders, or if you're a trader, just understand. And everyone says this. Anytime you're getting advice from traders, you have to always have a stop loss. Put a fucking stop loss, no matter how certain you are. And if you're not a trader, just understand that no matter how sure you are about something, there's always variables that aren't taken into account, and you have to be aware that they might fuck you up. You might end up down 9 racks. I wasn't trying to go in my masters down 9 racks. I was trying to go up those 9 racks, or I was trying to go up a couple racks from where I was. But now, it's all right. We'll bounce back. We'll make it. Nothing's changed. It's just we learn lessons. We get stronger. So yeah, I don't know how much fucking usefulness you can get out of that, but if you can get any of it, or if you got any, show some love in the comments. Hit me up on the socials. Send me a DM. Whatever. I'll get back to you soon.